Hey y'all, tonight I wanted to talk about making your own hoodoo, conjure, or even witchcraft products, meaning the oils, the candles, baths, washes, stuff like that. Should you be making them yourself or should you be buying them from someone else? First, you want to start with a reputable source. If you're going to buy them from someone else, you need to start with a reputable source. A lot of very well-known sources aren't much of anything, meaning that they're colored water. They don't really have any herbs or any spirit behind their products. So you want to be careful not to go with those companies. A quick Google search could show some reviews for those companies, so make sure you do that. When you're considering making them for yourself, you have to be honest with yourself about your experience level. You don't want to make something that is going to have a negative effect on your work. So no matter what it is, the common and big ones, health, love, wealth, stuff like that, you can put one ingredient in a product and or an oil or candle, whatever you're going to use for your personal spiritual work, and mess it all up. You could be attracting love when you're trying to make an oil for studying, or you could be attracting money when you really need health. So you really need to know what you're doing. You really need to know what each ingredient is going to provide to the oil or the gree or the candle that you're using. I think that everyone should explore making their own products. I think you need to have an intimate knowledge of what you're using in your work, but a lot of people don't have the time or the energy, especially if you are a very avid practitioner. You're going to run through oil, you're going to run through candles, you're going to run through incense and all that. So maybe you do want to have a reputable source. Even people who make products still reach out to different companies. There's a business called F&F near me, and they sell basic candles. I can't make every single candle that I use, so of course I rely on people who I do know what they're doing. And I think it is good for you to reach out to those companies, especially mine, Crescent City Conjure, and get your products from someone who knows what they're doing and can provide high quality products. So to answer the question, should you be making your own? Yes, you should be attempting to make oils. You should be attempting to make candles. You should be attempting to make gree. You should have that intimate knowledge of how these things are made, but there is no fault in reaching out to someone else or another company to do it. Just make sure they're reputable. Don't go with a company that has bad reviews. And there's some simple things that you should be aware of that just don't make a whole lot of sense when you go with some companies. For instance, hot foot powder. I've seen white hot foot powder. I don't know any heat ingredient that goes into hot foot powder that's white. So it's just little tells like that you want to be careful of. Mass-produced items, you don't want to go with mass-produced items. You want to go with small boutique companies unless they have a very strong guarantee on their products that they put the time and the energy and effort behind it. I started out making my own products because I was dissatisfied with what was on the market. I didn't see the work behind it. I didn't feel the spirit in it. And that is the main thing you want to focus on. When you open a bottle of oil, when you unwrap your candle or your gree, you should feel a certain vibration coming off of it. And not everyone can feel those subtle energies. So I understand if that's not something that you're capable of doing. So even if you can't feel the power coming off of it, go with someone that you know has the power behind them and has the spirit behind them. So absolutely try to make your own products, but it is a journey, let me tell you. Even when you start off making oils and baths and soaps for yourself, which is how I started off, you're going to have to figure out little things like what oil doesn't expire, what herbs can stay in a bottle, and how to preserve them. There are different things you want to consider when you're making a line of products, especially if you're going to go into this professionally. If you're looking at this video because you're thinking that you want to go into it professionally, you really have to understand how to preserve ingredients naturally. You don't want to put artificial ingredients in your products, but you still need to keep them fresh for the people who are going to buy them. I suggest starting off with just yourself and starting off one thing at a time. If you have something that you're working on, create an oil for that, create a candle for that, create an incense for that. What I would do is take rituals that I was doing and products that I was buying and make the products before I did the ritual. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Not only do you have to find what type of ritual you want to do or be in contact with your spirits that can give you workings, but then you have to take the time to make the items that you're going to use in your workings. So life is demanding, and not a lot of people have that time. And so if you don't have that time, don't worry about it. Go with someone that you trust. You can find my products at crescentcityconjure.us. I spend a lot of time and a lot of effort making them sing for you. So when you open those products, you should definitely feel the spirit and time behind them. Once again, guys, it's Sin Elias with Crescent City Conjure. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and press the little bell, which should be over there for notifications. And until next time, bye.